The three young royal children, Prince George, age 10, Princess Charlotte, age 9, and Prince Louis, age 6, all follow the same stringent etiquette as their senior royal parents. With the influence of their Norland nanny evident in their parenting style, the royal parents have nevertheless also established their own set of guidelines for raising their children. Norland-trained nanny and co-host of the Sleep Mums podcast, Sarah Carpenter talked to NetMums about the guidelines that bind these qualified childcare providers. For a Norland nanny, shouting at or raising our voice around our charges is completely banned, and rightly so, as it does not allow children to feel empowered or supported. Sarah stated, "The Wayses employ this strategy of not shouting in front of their kids. According to Good Housekeeping, raising one's voice is a severe home regulation, and it is revealed that when voices are raised, the young princes and princesses stop talking. Additionally, shouting is said to get one removed from the problem, and William and Kate are said to enjoy having chat sofa conversations with their kids about their feelings. The kids' feelings can be explored with this substitute for the naughty step or time out. The royal parents respect the no yelling rule by not shouting at the kids if they aren't allowed to shout at them or at one another." Sarah Carpenter also disclosed the word that is prohibited for usage with Norland nannies in the NetMums article. When referring to something as silly, a Norland nanny will only say it in a playful way, like "let's make silly faces." When a child is called negatively, Norland nannies focus on the behavior rather than the child. Maria Teresa Turian-Borrello, the Norland nanny, assists George, Charlotte, and Louis in raising their children. Following her 2014 marriage to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Maria became a member of the Waleses and has since been cited at notable occasions like Princess Eugenie's wedding to Jack Brooksbank, where she was seen riding in the car with bridesmaid Princess Charlotte. She was also observed assisting the Princess of Wales with Prince George in 2015, when she was observed mingling with the late Queen during the christening of her sister Charlotte. According to ABC News royal analyst Victoria Murphy, the nannies are taught everything from defensive driving to security issues to how to care for a future king or queen. Inside the historic walls of Kensington Palace, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Prince William and Princess Kate, were navigating the unique challenges of raising their three young children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. As members of the British royal family, their parenting choices were often scrutinized by the public and the media. However, William and Kate were determined to provide their children with a sense of normalcy and empowerment. From the outset, the royal couple decided on a strict parenting ban that set them apart from traditional royal practices. They believed in fostering independence and self-confidence in their children, even if it meant breaking away from some of the time-honored customs associated with royal upbringing. William and Kate's parenting philosophy was influenced by their own childhood experiences and their desire to prepare their children for the future. They understood the importance of balancing royal duties with personal development, and they wanted George, Charlotte, and Louis to grow up feeling empowered and capable. Their approach was rooted in a few key principles. Limiting screen time. In an age where technology dominates daily life, William and Kate were determined to limit their children's screen time. They believed that excessive use of electronic devices could hinder their children's social skills and creativity. Instead, they encouraged outdoor activities, reading, and imaginative play. Encouraging independence. The royal couple wanted their children to be self-reliant and confident. They implemented rules that promoted independence, such as having the children tidy up their own rooms, dress themselves, and participate in age-appropriate chores. Fostering open communication. William and Kate prioritized open and honest communication within the family. They encouraged their children to express their feelings and thoughts, creating a safe space for discussions about their hopes, fears, and dreams. Emphasizing responsibility. Responsibility was a cornerstone of their parenting approach. The children were taught the importance of being accountable for their actions and understanding the consequences of their decisions. The daily routine at Kensington Palace was carefully crafted to reflect William and Kate's parenting philosophy. Mornings began with a structured schedule that included breakfast together as a family. This time was used not only to share a meal, but also to discuss the day's plans and goals. Prince George, as the eldest, often took on the role of helping his younger siblings with their morning tasks. This sense of responsibility not only empowered George, but also strengthened the bond between the siblings. After breakfast, the children engaged in various activities that promoted learning and creativity. Outdoor play was a significant part of their routine, with trips to nearby parks and gardens where they could explore nature and engage in physical activities. William and Kate believed that these experiences were crucial for their children's physical and mental well-being. One of the key aspects of William and Kate's parenting approach was the emphasis on learning through play. They understood that play was a powerful tool for cognitive and emotional development. The children were provided with a variety of toys and games that encouraged creativity and problem-solving skills. Lego sets, building blocks, and art supplies were staples in the children's playroom. George loved constructing elaborate structures with his Lego bricks, while Charlotte enjoyed drawing and painting. Louis, the youngest, was often seen stacking blocks and playing with puzzles. In addition to individual play, the children engaged in group activities that fostered teamwork and cooperation. Family game nights were a regular occurrence, where the Cambridges would gather to play board games and card games. These moments were not only fun but also opportunities to teach valuable life lessons about winning, losing, and playing fair. Curiosity was another trait that William and Kate were keen to nurture in their children. They encouraged George, Charlotte, and Louis to ask questions and explore the world around them. Family outings to museums, zoos, and historical sites were frequent, providing the children with hands-on learning experiences. During these outings, William and Kate would engage the children in discussions about what they saw and learned. They believed that these conversations were essential for developing critical thinking skills and a lifelong love of learning. One memorable trip was a visit to the Natural History Museum, where George and Charlotte were fascinated by the dinosaur exhibits. William and Kate used the opportunity to teach them about prehistoric life and the importance of scientific discovery. Louis, though younger, was captivated by the interactive displays and enjoyed exploring the museum at his own pace. Horse played a significant role in the Cambridges' parenting strategy. William and Kate believed that assigning age-appropriate chores to their children was crucial for teaching responsibility and self-reliance. The children were given tasks that were both manageable and meaningful, fostering a sense of accomplishment and contribution to the household. George, being the oldest, was responsible for setting the table for meals and helping to clean up afterwards. Charlotte's tasks included feeding the family's pets and assisting with gardening duties. Louis, who was still young, was encouraged to tidy up his toys and participate in simple household activities. These chores were not seen as burdens but as opportunities for the children to learn important life skills. William and Kate made sure to praise their efforts and provide guidance when needed, reinforcing the value of hard work and teamwork. As members of the royal family, William and Kate had numerous official duties and public engagements. Balancing these responsibilities with their parenting goals required careful planning and flexibility. They were committed to ensuring that their children remained the top priority, even amidst their busy schedules. The couple often incorporated their children into their public roles when appropriate, allowing George, Charlotte, and Louis to experience royal life firsthand. This approach helped the children understand their unique positions while also normalizing their experiences. For instance, George and Charlotte accompanied their parents on official visits to schools and hospitals, where they interacted with other children and learned about various charitable initiatives. These experiences were valuable in teaching them about empathy, compassion, and the importance of giving back to the community. William and Kate's parenting approach was a blend of tradition and modernity. They respected the customs and values of the royal family while also incorporating contemporary parenting practices that promoted empowerment and individuality. The children were taught the significance of their heritage and the responsibilities that came with their royal status. They participated in traditional ceremonies and events, such as Trooping the Colour and Christmas at Sandringham, where they were exposed to the rich history and culture of the monarchy. At the same time, William and Kate ensured that their children had opportunities to experience the world beyond the palace walls. They encouraged friendships with children from diverse backgrounds and enrolled them in local schools where they could interact with peers from different walks of life. Mental health was a priority for William and Kate, both for themselves and their children. They were aware of the pressures and scrutiny that came with their royal status and wanted to ensure that George, Charlotte, and Louis grew up with strong emotional foundations. The couple was open about their own experiences with mental health challenges and the importance of seeking help when needed. They created an environment where their children felt comfortable discussing their feelings and emotions without fear of judgment. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques were incorporated into the children's routines. They practiced deep breathing exercises, yoga, and meditation to help them manage stress and anxiety. These practices were beneficial not only for the children but also for William and Kate, who found them helpful in maintaining their own well-being. William and Kate were dedicated to building their children's self-esteem and confidence. They understood that positive reinforcement and encouragement were essential for fostering a healthy sense of self-worth. The couple made it a point to celebrate their children's achievements, both big and small. Whether it was a good grade on a school assignment or a personal accomplishment, George, Charlotte, and Louis were praised for their efforts and encouraged to take pride in their successes. In addition to verbal praise, William and Kate used other forms of positive reinforcement. They created a praise jar where the children could add notes about their accomplishments, which were then read aloud during family gatherings. This practice not only boosted their self-esteem, but also reinforced the value of hard work and perseverance. Like any family, the Cambridges faced their share of challenges. Balancing royal duties with parenting was not always easy, and there were times when the pressures of public life took a toll on their family dynamics. However, William and Kate were committed to navigating these challenges together, always prioritizing their children's well-being. One significant challenge was the media scrutiny that came with their royal status. The couple took great care to shield their children from invasive media attention, ensuring that their privacy was respected. They worked closely with royal security and the press to establish boundaries that protected their family life. Another challenge was managing the expectations and demands of their royal roles. William and Kate often had to travel for official engagements, which meant time away from their children. To mitigate this, they made sure to stay connected through video calls and letters, reassuring George, Charlotte, and Louis that they were always thinking of them. The support of extended family was invaluable to William and Kate as they navigated the complexities of parenting and royal life. The children had close relationships with their grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, who played an active role in their upbringing. Carol and Michael Middleton, Kate's parents, were particularly involved, providing a sense of stability and normalcy. They often spent time with the children at their home in Bucklebury, where George, Charlotte, and Louis could enjoy the countryside and engage in activities away from the public eye. Prince Charles and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, also cherished their roles as grandparents. They took pleasure in spending quality time with the children, sharing stories about their own experiences and instilling a sense of history and tradition. As George, Charlotte, and Louis continued to grow, William and Kate remained steadfast in their commitment to empowering their children. They understood that the future held both opportunities and challenges, and they were determined to equip their children with the tools and values needed to navigate their unique paths. Education was a key focus, with the couple investing in high-quality schooling and extracurricular activities that fostered the children's talents and interests. William and Kate's parenting approach was not just about raising their children, it was about creating a legacy of empowerment that would resonate for generations to come. They hoped that George, Charlotte, and Louis would grow up to be compassionate, confident, and capable individuals who could make a positive impact on the world. The couple's efforts to balance tradition with modernity, to promote independence and responsibility, and to prioritize mental health and well-being were all part of this legacy. They believed that by instilling these values in their children, they were laying the foundation for a brighter and more empowered future. As they reflected on their parenting journey, William and Kate felt a deep sense of gratitude for the support and love they had received from their family, friends, and the public. They knew that their roles as parents were both a privilege and a responsibility, and they were committed to continuing their efforts to empower their children. They also recognized that their parenting journey was an evolving process, one that required constant learning and adaptation. They were open to new ideas and approaches, always seeking to improve and refine their parenting practices. The future was filled with promise and potential for George, Charlotte, and Louis. As they continued to grow and develop, William and Kate remained dedicated to their mission of empowerment. They looked forward to witnessing their children's journeys, supporting them every step of the way. The couple's strict parenting ban, rooted in principles of independence, responsibility, and open communication, had already begun to bear fruit. George, Charlotte, and Louis were blossoming into confident and compassionate individuals, ready to take on the world with a strong sense of self and purpose. William and Kate's parenting journey was a testament to the power of love, dedication, and intentionality. They had chosen a path that prioritized their children's well-being and empowerment, and they were committed to continuing this journey with unwavering resolve. As the world watched the Cambridge children grow, they saw not only future leaders but also a reflection of the values and principles that William and Kate had worked so hard to instill. The couple's legacy of empowerment would continue to inspire and influence, leaving a lasting impact on the royal family and beyond. In the end, the story of William, Kate, George, Charlotte, and Louis was one of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of family. It was a story that celebrated the beauty of raising children to be their best selves, and the profound impact that thoughtful and intentional parenting could have on the world. And so, as the sun set over Kensington Palace, the Cambridges stood united, ready to face whatever the future held, confident in the knowledge that their journey of empowerment had only just begun.